So yesterday we were discussing about the step number 10. This is where we ended yesterday. So we have seen that you got to maintain the quality of the web page, never force a user to watch an ad, rather influence him to automatically attract him towards that. And for that, out of the box ideas are required. Some action is required within an ad. Like I told you in the conventional ad platforms, like say newspaper, magazine, printing an ad with mirror reflection, printing an ad wantedly upside down may actually get a better response because people have got ad blindness. But there's nothing special. Everyday full page ad of everyday full page ad is published into Times of India, Deccan Chronicle. We are used to it. That's why it doesn't come under notice. There's one ad which I still remember. Tresemme shampoo. When the shampoo was launched in India, that stapled a pouch, a sachet, 2 rupees sachet, along with that. This was for the first time anybody could see that. But the company says that it has got tremendous response out of it. So you gave just 2 rupees sample. That is nothing. When companies are spending crores of amount in advertisement, spending 2 rupees per person is nothing for them. They were so confident that their product will be liked by the consumers. So they pitched it really well. Today it is one of the leading brands. Alright. Step number 11. Every web page must have link to its relevant page within the same website. Ideally, there should be 5 such links at the bottom of the web page, and if possible, mention your keyword in the anchor text of the link. So while that you are displaying the link, whatever the text is there, if that carries the keyword, then the search engine will understand that you have got multiple pages on the keyword. So more priority to rank on top. How do we provide these links manually? We'll see that first. Then we'll see the automized way. So whether a general site or a blogger, we log in. In order to provide a link, let's say this is a page. After finishing the matter, I need to provide some internal links. 5 is minimum. How many internal links you have got, that much bonus points in SEO. So I must provide a small headline here as also read. Or I can also provide a small headline as related links, interesting links, relevant links. Like that, provide any such small headline. Below that, provide the links. Likewise, how many more links you have got? Now this is in the plain text form. You got to make it as a link. So I select it, click on link and provide the address of the web page. Very important point. Web page, not website. You should not be giving the link to other websites. That is external link. You must be having a post on this topic. You got to provide the address of that post. like we assigned in the menu. So likewise, manually you got to provide the links for every web page if it is a general site. Now, the destination page. This is what is called as an anchor text, which is seen in the front end. When someone clicks on this link, it has to have the matter what you are showing here. Don't provide dummy links. That is called as a broken link. There are two definitions for broken link. One is a dummy link. You click on that page but no action is taken or there is no page found as such, then that is a broken link. Very bad for SEO. So make sure that whatever the text that we are providing here, the destination page is exactly based on that. Now, our keywords are coming everywhere. Inspirational quotes, inspirational quotes, inspirational quotes. Search engines are going to map this word everywhere in the internal link. It need not be present at the bottom of the post, it may be present anywhere in the page. But how many times the keyword is coming in the internal link, that much bonus points. Because what a search engine would think is, if the user has finished reading the matter, he still has got lot of pages which are relevant to the keyword. More and more information on the keyword is very important. That's what we discussed while we began with SEO. Like a chewing gum, you got to stretch the keyword as much as possible. And there are other benefits. It will improve the stats of your website drastically. After reading the matter, there will be a lot of users who may get attracted with this content as well because it is quite relevant to the keyword that they are searching for. So they'll click on any one of this link. Again at the bottom of that post, another 4-5 links. Again they'll click on one link, another 4-5 links. So likewise, a user is caught in a web to spend maximum time in your site, to see maximum number of pages in your site. These two figures are very important for improving the profile of a website. You will start getting premium ads when these figures are good. We want users to spend maximum time and they have to see maximum number of pages in our site. And that is only possible when you are having like this internal links. So gradually you will see that the ranking will be automatically improving. The income from the ads will also be improving. But doing this, if we have limited pages, very easily we can manage. But what if I have 1000 pages in Blogger? In order to provide the internal link, I have to scan through all the 1000 posts and see which is the most relevant. And tomorrow there may be some another post which is even more relevant. So practically it is not possible to provide links like this. We require an automized solution. And for that, you need to go here. If you go into this URL, you got to just click on install and then select the Blogger. Automatically every post will get connected to internal link. Broken link. I'll get back to broken link. Let us first see the solution to this. I'm copying this URL. And I place it here. Like this, internal links would look like, along with the images of the post. So appearance wise also it is good. At the same time, SEO benefits are also there. So you got to follow these steps. Go to template, edit HTML. Add style to related post. In the edit HTML, you need to paste the code in the Blogger theme file. Press Ctrl F. Just before the closing head tag, you'll have to place this code. Okay, so let's do it. I'm copying this code. Copy. Go into Blogger. Theme. Edit HTML. So just before the closing head tag, Control F to find. This is where we have it. So I'm placing the code what he has stated there. So mistake. Okay, maybe right. Let's see. This should not be entirely blue in color. Anyway, let's find out. Then you have this. This line of code will be there in every template, whether it is inbuilt Blogger or you might have used a template outside Blogger. So copy to search. Control F. It's there in 1126th line. What do I need to do here? Paste the code before of the div comments tag. Control C. So he said before, so just before that line, I'm placing this code. Let us save and see how it looks like. Any post that I open up at the bottom, not getting it. It has to come here. Yeah, here. Why did not come? Because there is no relevant post. But here we have a relevant post, that's why it's showing up. When you click on this, that particular post will open up. So below this, S14. I did not use any image for the post, that's why it is blank. But if you are using any image in the post, that image will show up here. So though you may have thousands of posts in the Blogger, automatically it's going to group it and also update it in real time. This is solution which will work permanently till you are continuing to use the theme. If you have changed the theme, again you'll have to implement these steps. So till that theme is working, this will be working and it will be a dynamic linking. There are a lot of benefits of it, so please don't ignore it. Do it straight away for your blog. Tomorrow I may publish Samsung Galaxy S20. Links will automatically get updated here with the new post. So there are several benefits of it, so make use of it. Broken link. Broken link is a condition wherein the link is dummy. When you click on it, nothing happens. There is no such page. You get a page like 404 not found. That is one definition of broken link. The other definition of broken link is isolated page. That means a page is there which does not have even a single internal link. A page which is like a dead end page for the user. There is no navigation provided. Now here there is no chance of broken link because these links are here. There is also a link connected to every page. even though we may not be using any internal linking application, still there is no scope for broken link because of these links which are coming by default. There may be links in the menu. So somehow there has to be at least one link in every page of the website. It could be menu, it could be sidebar, it could be footer, whatever. That will avoid broken link. But there is a page, not even a single link is there, only text matter, you have punched it. User doesn't know how to go to previous page or next page. That kind of condition is called as a broken link. Likewise, such one page, isolated page in your site will affect the performance of the entire website. So broken link is must avoid. There is no chance of broken link in Blogger and WordPress because the logo is already a link which is connecting all the pages in a chain. That chain should not be isolated. So both in Blogger and WordPress you have this setting, but in a general site just take care that either the logo or the footer there is one link common in every page, so that you leave no scope for broken link. Because one broken link, it is like a saying, one bad fish spoils the entire pond. One broken link in your site and all the pages of your site are impacted with it. So strict avoid. Alright, so this is a solution for the Blogger. Now coming to WordPress. Download the plugin YARPP, yet another related post plugin. That's the plugin name. Once this plugin is installed, same like Blogger, you are going to get internal links at the bottom of every post along with the post images. So how do we install it? Log in into the WordPress site. Plugins, add new plugin. YARPP. This is a plugin that you need to install and then activate. That's it. So next time when you publish a post, we don't have many posts here, but whenever that you publish a post, you'll see at the bottom of the post automatically internal links will get formed. So this is how the solution is for Blogger and WordPress. For general site, either you need to program it or you need to manually provide the internal links. That's why in general site it is not so easy to do SEO. Every page you need to manually configure and then see which are the pages which are relevant and then write a code for the internal link. So this is a solution for the step number 11. Moving on to step 12. If you are using videos in your web page, see that the video is also relevant to the content of the web page. This will improve the visitors in the YouTube as well. See that you change the video alternative text tag in the HTML just like you have done for the image. An information in a post is said to be complete only when you are elaborating the information using text, image as well as video. There are a lot of people searching within YouTube for topics where video is very important. Example, food recipe. There are people who are searching in not YouTube but in Google. YouTube searches are separate. I am talking about searches happening in regular search engine. Now there are a lot of pages who are with great difficulty writing the entire matter of the process. Good, we have to do that of course. But at least even provide a video so that people who do not understand the language can know something by watching the video. How to tie a tie, how important it is, how to solve a Rubik cube. These are some of the topics where the searches are happening in Google more than YouTube, but the pages do not have video at all. Even otherwise, search engines say that please support your content along with image as well as video. So minimum one video you got to provide in every post. This video has to be 100% relevant to the keyword. How do we add the video? We have already seen that. Let us see it again. For a general site, you got to code it in HTML. In the HTML5, there is a code to have a video frame. Within that, you can place YouTube URL or any URL for the general site. The coders will know it how to do it. Coming to Blogger. In order to have a video, I choose this option. Either you can upload the video from your system or you can even take the video from YouTube. Which is a better option? Never upload the video from your system. Remember the problem that we discussed in the images. If you have big images, it will consume lot of space. It will be a burden to the server. Your pages will slow down. Imagine video how much of space it is going to consume. So never ever upload the video from your computer. In case you want to show the video which is there in your system, upload that in the YouTube. From YouTube you share it here. You can share directly your own videos. Like this. But you are not going to get any ELT tag while that you are sharing the videos from the YouTube, though you are satisfying the search engine for having a video. But whatever is the title of the video, that is by default the ELT tag for the video. Like we have got an ELT tag for the image, you get the ELT tag even for the video if you look at into the backend. But for YouTube, you won't get it. Because for YouTube, whatever is the title of the video in the YouTube, that is by default the ELT tag. So make sure you are only using that video of YouTube where the title is having your keyword. You are free to use anybody's video in YouTube, no copyrights. In fact, this is not copying, this is not plagiarism. This is sharing. The control is of YouTube. While the video is being played here, advertisements will come. But the revenue will go to the YouTube guy who has uploaded the video, not to you. So we are just copying the YouTube control and placing it here. So this is not called as copying. This is sharing. Sharing can be done. Copying should not be done. Yeah, you are downloading that video from YouTube and from your system you are uploading it. That is plagiarism. That is a punishable act. But like this, you are sharing a YouTube control, no problem at all. Zero issues. Same thing, you can do it even for WordPress. Why aren't we getting the controls here? Okay. To have a video, we choose this plus, and there's an option here as video. Under the media, you'll find video. Click on this, and you can choose the video from the media library. That means any video you have used in other posts, you can share that same video. You can upload the video from your system, but I told you the drawback is it will make your pages bulky, which will impact the processing speed. So better not to use this option. Insert from the URL. Copy paste the YouTube URL here, the video will work automatically. Make sure the title of the video in the YouTube has got your keyword to get the benefits of this step in SEO. So this is a solution for the WordPress. So hope the step number 12 is clear for all the three type of sites. Moving on to step number 13. Social icons. Add social bookmarking icons at the bottom of every web page of your website. What is this social buttons? Something like this. Remember in the optical illusions class I told you that this kind of sharing buttons, when we have it, whenever a user is sharing the information, he is going to mark your web page URL, whose benefit you will realize in the SMO, social media optimization, which is step number 4 in off page. From on page perspective, search engines will love those pages which are giving an option for sharing. So we got to have these social buttons not just for the appearance point of view, but in order to satisfy even the search engines. The search engine will love the pages which are giving the sharing icons, so that your pages also become viral and it becomes more popular. Lot of people visit through those sites. Benefit to the search engine is what? There will be ads in the page. They also make revenue with these ads. So this is like promotion in the social media sites. These are not sufficient. There are only 5 icons here. We got to have more than 50. There are some 80 to 90 sites which are very popular globally. We have StumbleUpon, Dig, Delicious, Instagram. So these sites may not be that famous in India, but they are famous in some of the countries, especially the Western countries. So we should not leave any scope for the user to not find any sharing option. So we require that bunch of websites. For that, there are 2 sites, addthis.com, sharethis.com. Refer only one site because both the sites will have the same list of social media sites. Only the appearance wise they are little different. So let's say share this. Do you want the buttons to be in this format? This is called as sticky buttons. It is not an ad, so sticky buttons can be put. This is sticky. Image share buttons. Upon the image itself, we'll get the buttons. Especially useful for social media sites. Optical illusions. Inline share buttons. Along with the content, at the bottom of the content, we can have it. So this is what we need. This is how the appearance will look like. When you click on share, all the rest of the sites will open up. Next, you require an account here. I have an account. I will straight away log in. Copy your head code. Here's your personal code. This is the code that you need to copy and place it in the head section of the web page. This is for the general site. So this section of the code should be placed in head section, and the second part of the code, this one, See here, it has already explained you in the head section where it can be placed. And in this section of the code, you got to place it where you want the buttons to come. You may want it at the bottom of the post, you may want it in the right side, left side, after the post title, wherever you wish it, you can place that code. So this is a solution for a general site. Coming to Blogger, you can go to this URL, you will find a ready-made solution here. So I copy this, click on install Blogger widget and select the Blogger where you want these buttons to appear. I want it in the first website itself. Add. That's it. Now when I open my web page, I'll be finding the social buttons at the bottom of the post. See here? When you click on plus, all those popular sites will open up. Some of the sites we are going to refer in the step number 4 in off page. So this is a way that you can have the buttons at the bottom of every post. Though I place the code only once, but automatically at the bottom of every post you are going to get it. So only one time you need to place a code. You change the theme, again you have to do it. There is no point in having double icons. By default, the theme has already provided us with some social buttons, but they are not sufficient. And because we have the same icons here, it's better we remove this. How do we remove it? By going to layout. In layout, under main, click on edit. Deselect this one. Now you will not be finding these icons in any post. So that small icons have disappeared now. This is a solution for the Blogger. Coming to WordPress. There's a plugin in WordPress by name. Add this and share this. Any one plugin you can install. So once you have installed, it will tell you what is the appearance you want. All the installed plugins will come on the left side. See here. Click on this. Forgot the password. So you can select the icons what you wish to show here. Prima facie. Messenger. This one I don't want. Okay. When they click here, then all the rest of the sites will open up. I want it at the left side, center, right side, or justified. Justified means how much your width is available. Automatically the width will get adjusted. I want, let's say, on the center. Not clickable. Anyway. How do you want the corners to be? Round. You can see the changes. Okay, here. Look at the borders. Once everything is set, click on register. will ask you to create an account. So whatever the ID password that you have stated while creating an account in Share This website, that if you give it here, automatically at the bottom of every post, like Blogger, you are going to get the social buttons. How exactly we are going to get benefited, we'll discuss about this in SMO class, which is your step number 4 in off page. But for now, we are putting these social icons because search engines want to see that. They love the pages which are giving the sharing option. And how sharing would be helpful to us, after a few classes we'll get to know. But for now, from design perspective, please have the social buttons. So this is the end of your step number 13. Step 14. Do not create multiple pages with the same content in your website. See, one rule I told you, we should not be copying the content from other website. That is strictly no. That is what is plagiarism. However, step number 14 says that we should not be copying the content from other pages of the same website also. So from page 2, I should not be copying the content to page A. I should not be copying the content from some N page into my page. How much of uniqueness are you maintaining across the pages? That much of weightage you get to rank on top. So make sure that you are not copying even a paragraph of any of the pages in the same website, because the depth of uniqueness is checked. Why this point is important? Because a lot of people started practicing illegal techniques to rank on top, which is called as a doorway page, also called as cloaking. What is cloaking or what is a doorway page? Let us say my keyword is SEO training in Hyderabad. That is my main keyword for which I want to rank on top. So I've highlighted this keyword SEO training in Hyderabad everywhere in the on page. Talk about permalink, title, description, H1, H2, H3. But there are people who also search like this. Digital marketing training in Hyderabad. Now either I can focus on SEO or I can focus on digital marketing. I cannot focus on both the keywords, at least in the on page. So what I have to do, one more page I need to create on digital marketing. With a lot of hard work, I have written some 500 word content for SEO training. Why should I write again for digital marketing when both mean the same? So what does my mind say? Copy paste the content here. Wherever SEO is there, replace SEO with digital marketing. That's it. So for that new page of digital marketing, I'll have all the score what I had for SEO training. Entire matter is same. Only the word SEO is replaced with digital marketing. So this kind of pages is called as cloaking. That means these pages are only for the search engines but not meant for the users to provide something different information. So such kind of pages are being penalized. So you got to maintain as much uniqueness across the pages in the same website. Never have even one paragraph in common. Yeah, some things will be in common, like maybe the sidebar, maybe the footer, that 1-2 line copyright Sanjay Technologies, whatever. That is not an issue. But if 20-30% of the page of content is repeated, then the quality of the page will fall down in the eyes of the search engine. So strictly maintain uniqueness. Step number 15 is to do with the speed. The page load speed should be higher. That means your site should load in the shortest span of time. The best tool for measuring the speed is tools.pingdom.com. Ideally, a page which it deserves to rank on top should get loaded within 3 seconds, not 3. I may be very harsh in the number. It can be even 5 seconds. The page has to get loaded within 5 seconds to deserve the first spot in the search engine. If the speed is not good, even with the best SEO marks, your ranking will get degraded. It is not spam, but Google will give you somewhere in second page, third page, fourth page, depending upon the speed. Though you have the highest SEO score, but speed is not supporting. You improve the speed, it will climb on the top. Again the speed reduces, again it will drift down. What do you emphasize on this point? A user will enjoy the experience of using the search engine only when he gets what he wants and the page opens in a flash. There should not be any delay in the page opening. Because nowadays people don't have patience. They want solution with just click of a button. And that's possible when your page is loading within matter of few seconds, less than 5 seconds. But I've seen a lot of people have got a wrong way of checking the speed of the page. What they do like this. Example, pack move fast. They start counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This loading icon, how many seconds it is loading? That is the page loading time is what they consider. Totally wrong. By this way, you are actually checking your internet speed, not your web page speed. In order to check the web page speed, you need to make use of tools like Pingdom and GTmetrix. Google will get the data from Pingdom tool. So it's better that we check the speed of the site in the same tool where Google is getting the data from. Tools.pingdom.com. You have to check from different locations. At least 4 to 5 locations you need to check and take the average of it. I'm checking the home page. Every page you need to check. Because maybe home page is little lightweight and internal page is 4 MB, 5 MB. So that page is not going to perform there. So after publishing the page, make sure you go into the Pingdom tool and test the speed of the web page. Just in this one site 3 to 4 times you check, more than sufficient. Now the home page. Is loading in less than 1 second. Performance great. B is okay, A is even better, but very rarely you will be getting A because it has to be a mega server. Even if it is 60, it is sufficient. This should be less than 5 seconds, less than 3 seconds, even better. This should be less than 1000 KB. Now imagine in my site how many images you found. At least some 12-15 images are there. Every image has been shrunk in JPEG Optimizer. Otherwise this would have been like 4 MB. This would have been like 5-6 seconds. This would have been like 30-40. So imagine how important it is to shrink the image file size. And within my web page, home page, what all components are there? Image 70%, script 25%, CSS 4%, altogether this is 100%. So main component is images because of 15 images. So every file in my home page, every image, what is the size, what is the connection time, waiting time, receiving time, you can't get a report which is more depth than this. These are all image names. JPG, JPG, JPG. Every component of the page is mentioned here. You see that any one file is taking a lot of time to load and is reducing the speed of your page. Either you remove it or shrink the file size. So which component is culprit in not improving the speed of the page, you can make out from this table. So by mistake you might have put an image, raw image, without even reducing the file size. That will get caught here. Then you'll notice it and you can change it. Even after using JPEG Optimizer, still it may show a lot of time to load. Again use it. Further the size will reduce. So especially images only you need to take care of. Otherwise content, even 1000 lines of content will not take more than 200 KB. Images will only take time. And videos anyway we are going to put the YouTube URLs. You are uploading the video, then that one video itself will be like 3-4 MB and that is going to totally reduce the speed of your page. That's why don't upload the videos. Only share the videos from YouTube. So this single website is useful for any type of website to check the speed. The last step for on page, step number 16, which is not actually given as step 16, but I give it as step 16, meta geotag. There are in real only 15 steps in on page. But why do I have to include this in step 16? Why is that in SEO it is not counted as step 16? Because this is optional. Even if you do not use it, your marks in SEO will not reduce. But if you use it, then there is priority. Marks will remain the same, but the priority will be there. Meta geotag is associated with a demographic. What is the location of the person who is searching? In case you are aiming to rank on top only in a confined area. Now this area could be city, it could be a colony, it could be state, it could be country, it could be continent. You want to rank on top only within a specific city, let's say. Then you can make use of meta geotag and you can mark the city there. Search engines are going to read the meta geotag, and whatever the location that you are targeting, within that location if someone is searching, your page will be given first the priority to rank on top. But outside that area you will not be given any priority. So make use of meta geotag only when you are expecting concentrated visitors to come from a location. I should not be using meta geotag for a site like birthday wishes because I am getting well distributed traffic. My competition is at global level. Packers and movers, yes, I can use. I can mark it as India. SEO training, yes, I can use. I can mark it as Hyderabad. But online training, then globally. So firstly, find out whether you are expecting the visitors to come from a concentrated location. So how do we use it? There's a site called as geo-tag.de which has been endorsed and authorized by Google to generate the meta geotag. There's also an associated tag called as Dublin code, dc.title tag. There is no particular syntax. Sometimes you get 3 lines, 4 lines, 5 lines depending upon the area that you are choosing. So here I may want to target Amirpet. Just ensure that the pointer is at the center of the location. You will be getting few lines of code. Copy paste that into the head section. Let me zoom this. So whatever the code that you are getting after selecting any location, I may want to target Hyderabad. No Amirpet, I want to target the entire city of Hyderabad. Copy these 3 lines of code. You can even choose radius here. How much broad area you are choosing, that much less priority. How much narrow targeted area you are choosing, that much high priority within that location. But outside that location, less priority. So within the location, if your marks are slightly lesser than the competitors, still you will be performing better. It is like the reservation. You have the reservation system in India. So what happens here? That let's say someone has got an average marks in the entrance exam, but if he is from the reservation category, he can still get a better college. So a priority is given to them. Likewise, you will be given the priority when you are using the meta geotag. Along with this, there's another tag called as dc.title or Dublin code tag. Google does not read this at all. So whether you are using this or not will not make any difference in Google search engine. However, some search engines are reading it. So there's no harm in using this along with the meta geo tag. You have to just make sure to give your keyword in the title box. What is that keyword you are targeting for that area? So these 4 lines of code, you are going to place it in the head section. Remember always, any meta tag will always go into the head section. So let us see how do we use this in general site. You got to manually put it. Every page by page you can have a location and then you can place it. In case the entire website is targeting the single location, then for a general site you can place these 4 lines of code in a library or in a function, and you can call this function in every page. That's how they do it practically. The coders know how to do that. But for Blogger and WordPress, what is the solution? If you are publishing a post in Blogger, you must be finding an option of location at the right side. This location is meant in case you are targeting any particular visitors. I want to target the visitors from Telangana. Ensure that the pointer is at the center of the location and publish it. Even existing post, you can choose the location and then publish it. Search engine will understand that your targeted location is so and so. So priority will be only in that location. Like that for every individual post you can do it. But if you want to target all the pages to a single location, then you can rather go to edit HTML file, theme, edit HTML. So you have the head section. Immediately after the head tag, you can place the meta geo tag code. All the pages of the website will have this common location, the common code. So firstly decide whether it is the page that you want to target or the website. In case you are using this code as well as the location in the post, then this will be considered not the post. So don't place different locations post wise as well as theme wise. So either do this or that one, not both of them. This is what is the solution for Blogger. In WordPress, there is a plugin by name Geotag. Plugin name is not shown here. The plugin name itself is Geotag. WP Geotag. WPGeo. This is a plugin name. If you want, you can note down the name. Install and activate. I think this is the one. WP. Okay. The code is going to be the same, doesn't matter. Once it is installed, whenever you are publishing a post, at the bottom of the post, you will find an option to input the location. This is what is the plugin code, but some issue here. Some issue with this plugin. Okay, any plugin when you are not satisfied, you can simply uninstall. Let us use some other plugin. Deactivate and delete in order to free the space in the server. Delete and go for another plugin. Insert. Activate. Let us see now. Still she is not found. There's only country option here. Why does it show city? Okay, here. Okay, not working. Anyway, I'll find out plugin which is a working plugin. Though it is showing the pointer here, let us publish and see whether we are getting the code. Publish. In order to see whether geotag is configured or not, right click, view page source. Yeah, we have got it here. So we have got it here. Okay, so all the latitude, longitude. So though it shows there as not found, but still it is able to generate the code. Maybe the previous plugin also would do that. So just be sure that in the code, the geotag plugin code has to come. This is in case you want to target every post to a single location, different location. However, for the entire website, if you want to target a common location, then you can place the code in the theme file. Copy the code from geo-tag.d like we have done for Blogger. Go to appearance, editor, go to header.php file. because the head section of the code will be present in header.php file. Here it is, index and header, both are there. Click on header. Immediately after the head tag or just before the closing head tag, I can place a code. This you have to copy and place it from geo-tag.d. You can place it even here. Closing head tag. Here it's either immediately after open or just before the closing head tag, not in both the places. Once the code is placed, click on update. Then every page will be having this code in common. You can even publish the post and see it. So this is the way the meta geotag is going to work for general site, Blogger and WordPress. With this, we end with the on-page optimization. So right from the step number 1, permalink, till this step 16 meta geotag, if you implement everything well, your score in SEO will be 10 by 100. But the fact of the matter is, more than 90% of the web page do not have a score of even 10 in SEO. So if you have chosen a keyword where the competition is dirt cheap, very less, then maybe even till here, if you implement in your page, you will start getting results. So keyword research is key to success in SEO. Choose such kind of keywords where in off page we don't have to get heavy marks. Tomorrow onwards, we are going to begin with webmasters and analytics. Once we are done with sitemap, webmasters and analytics, another 2 classes, then we can begin with the off page. There are 7 steps in off page, but the weightage is very high. So for any kind of questions or doubts, please make use of the chat window or the audio control.